And we're here. I have to refresh my multi-chat. There we go. Alright. And we're not gonna be using this for right now. No? No. Down. Aha. Alright. How is everyone doing tonight? Actually, can that window be closed? I might need to keep that window open. Tonight is going to be mostly pretty chill, I think, actually. I think I'm gonna mostly paint unless a topic is brought up, and then I will go into that. Maybe we'll have some videos. Maybe we'll have a lot of talk. I don't know. For now, I'm just gonna hang out. I had a couple ideas for topics I wanted to explore, and then by the time I was ready to stream, I just me. Why do I keep getting clicks through my headset? Is this headset already taking damage? I hope not. It was a pretty expensive headset I got only a couple months ago. We are continuing to paint this bad boy, and I know I said I have a better camera, but yeah, I'm still getting clicks. What is that? You know, I'm gonna have to throw some glue in there later, I think. But anyway. I know I'd said I have a better camera setup by now, but it turns out the adapt... Can someone explain to me why there is a 43mm lens size and why there's a 42mm lens size? Because apparently I bought a 43mm, and I am assuming the other thing I have is 42, because, man, that was the closest I've ever gotten anything without actually getting the thing I wanted. It was quite garbo, honestly. But anyway, now I've had some time to think on this thing, I think I know how I'm going to continue with this guy. I do like how the flesh came out. If it's a little dark, I might pop out the color on the flesh a little bit. Or I might keep it grim dark, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like I'm still getting... I'm not sure if that last one was real or imagined, but I feel like I'm still getting clicks in my headset. It's weird. Let's see. Yeah, I'm getting clicks in my headset. What is causing that? I wasn't really noticing it before, so... Trying to get very slight amounts of brightness increase here. I think you guys are seeing a slightly brighter version of than what I'm seeing. Yeah, so it looks like it's gonna be by the end of the week. I'm hoping that I'll have this whole new camera setup finalized. Yep, I am definitely occasionally hearing the odd click. I wonder if it's static. I've had the dehumidifier going pretty hard lately because it was raining. However, it might now be too dry. What baffles me is that I've been wearing my headset all day, and I'm noticing the clicks now. I've noticed it before, but not earlier today anyway. Yeah, there's another one. Weird. the metal more or less handled now. Don't mind me just stabbing myself. Okay, so I had the thought of all this area, painting it similar to how I did the skin here. And that way it'll stand out more once I cover it in blood and gore effects. Or do I keep it black because it's not going to matter? You know, actually, yeah, I'm going to cake it in so much blood paint that I don't think it's going to super matter. Okay. If that's the case, then there's only a few things really left to do. We've got some purity seals here that need to be done, and his pistol holster. I think I have bags anywhere on this guy. Yeah, I think just a pistol holster, and then his highlighting, the armor highlighting, which is realistically probably gonna be most of the stream. That consistently takes forever. I don't know if I've done purity seals yet, just using Pro Ivory for reference as a base coat. Before I would use powdered witch flesh, which is not too far off. It's got a little bit more brown in it. I'd usually back coat it with, or undercoat it with Rackard flesh. However, I kind of want to see what happens if I go straight to the ivory. Well, for one, it's definitely going to take a couple coats, it seems. That's not any surprise.
turn around and everything has changed. Looking for a way to work it out. I'm trying to find some peace to navigate. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again.
It's gonna take a solid minute. Yeah, that's fine, but I'm waiting for the various coats of that to dry. I'm gonna do the holster. Is this brown still usable from yesterday? Not really.
Everything we wanted turned to gold. The path we chose, the future on our side. Never thought I'd do this on my own, but now I wield the sword you left behind. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again. We'll meet again. Dark for the sunrise, clouds for a blue sky, space for the traveling star. Strong from the inside, you're still my lifeline. I feel you wherever you are. The oak tree where I met you, and the writing on the statue. I still remember every word you said. I'm not a soldier, but I'm fighting. Can you hear me through the silence? I won't give up, 'cause there will be a day we'll meet again.
Oh yeah, he's got this whole strap going on to his bow rifle. I just realized that exists. Well, I guess we're gonna have to paint that too, huh? Oh, I just realized our boy is not spinning up here. Man, I am off the ball today.
You're gonna break my heart. You're gonna tear it apart.
It's been a funky day.
No matter what you do, I'll still be there for you.
Out of fear, we kept running, tried to hide away. Can you hear? War is coming, beckoning our fate. This is the day that we stand up, this is the day we fight. We'll take our place, we won't give in, our victory's in sight. Only a son of
Yeah, alright.
but we enter the lion's den. We're not waiting for a war. We bring the war to them. We bring the war to them.
Oh yeah, great. I don't normally use ivory on leather. I actually use regular flesh, which is the undercoat for the that I would normally use on purity seals. Man, I really am off the ball today. Where's my head? Hey, so that you mentioned a cook's 10% effect. I'm curious what you're talking about. Sup, Diablo? I have officially gotten that FTP problem to work, by the way. On all sides. Turns out there was one configuration error on my end for my local build, but everything else is now working. And my local build. Alright, so, about the Space Marine detachments. Yeah! No, it's good. Making progress now. Okay. So, first the big balanced stats slate. That almost affected you. You just barely missed that, nerfing your entire list, almost. Because they changed devastating wounds over to, from mortal wounds to normal, just unblockable wounds. Yeah, that slate at the end actually buffed you, because now Custodies, which are, by the way, oof. Can we get an F in the chat for Custodies? Good God, that they fell hard in the win stats. They went from... Actually, I should probably pull these up. What's the... Stat check. Alright. Custodies dropped to 43% win rate from being one of the... And then, yeah, you got cheaper units, yeah. Alright, well, for one, when the Codex comes out, a big thing that's going to affect you is that Oaths of Moment no longer gives rerolls to wound, which means it's going to be harder for you to cherry pick for devastating wounds. However, they did say there would be more ways within the Codex through other means to get rerolls to wound. However, also with the new detachments, were there any ones that you were thinking of switching to from Gladius based on the previews we've gotten so far? I can go over the previews that we've gotten thus far if you need me to. I have one of them already up here. I can grab the other one. So again, the Salamander detachment gives reroll wounds. Does the Salamander detachment give reroll wounds? I remember the... If you could appreciate... Yeah, no, I got you. I got you. Space Marines! I gotta search Warhammer for... Warcom for just Space Marines. That scroll. Alright. Pedro Salamander can't. Well, I mean, they did make it nice and flexible, and that we no longer have to actually change chapter. It's now just based on what characters you want to bring, really. Okay, well, actually, I thought you were going to go with the first company task force, because you get extremist level throw, which basically gives you the other half of Oaths of Moment once per battle. You get reroll wounds through there. And then you get, I'd say enhancements, that's not that big of a deal. And then on your Stern Guard, because you're doing a bunch of Stern Guard, you get Legendary Fortitude as a battle tactic, which means you can double up with the captains, which subtract 1 from the damage. Yeah, okay, so let me just read it out. So we have Detachment of Rule, Extremist Level Threat. Once per battle in your command phase, you can use this ability. If you do until the start of your next command phase, each time a model from your army with the Oath of Moment ability makes an attack that targets your Oath of Moment target, you can re-roll the wound roll as well. Then the enhancement they show is Iron Resolve, which goes on Adeptus Astartes Terminator. The bearer has a Feel No Pain 5-up. And then once per battle, after the bearer's unit is selected as the target of one or more attacks, the bearer can use this enhancement. If it does, until the end of the phase, models in the bearer's unit have the Feel No Pain 5-up ability. So you can, in theory, give a whole 11, or I guess 12 man, actually, because Terminator Ancient, with a Terminator Captain with a 10 stack of Terminators, you can give all of them a Feel No Pain 5-up for a phase, once per battle. Then the stratagem is 1 CP, Legendary Fortitude is a battle tactic, so you can double up with captains. In your opponent's charge phase, just after enemy unit ends a charge move, you target one Adeptus Stars Terminator, Blade Guard Veteran, Stern Guard Veteran, or Vanguard Veteran unit from your army within engagement range of that enemy unit. Until the end of the turn, each time an attack is allocated to a model in your unit, subtract 1 from the damage characteristic of that attack. So, then we get to the Firestorm Assault Force. It's what I personally will be running. Detachment roll, close range eradication. Ranged weapons equipped by Adeptus Astartes models in the army have the assault ability, so all your guns. And each time an attack made with such a weapon targets you within 12 inches, add 1 to the strength characteristic of that attack. You get War Tempered Artifice as the enhancement shown. Any Adeptus Astartes infantry character, add 3 to the strength characteristics of the bearer's melee weapons. And they show that the Armor Contempt is now for everyone. Yeah, strength 10 melter rifle as well. I mean, it's nice for everything, really. Let's see, when they showed the Stormlance Task oh wait, no, I swear that that wasn't the only one. They showed one with the Iron Hands and Imperial Fist ones as well. Hold on. I have to find it though. Or is that in the... Yeah, I know. One of these had like a video in it. I think I passed it. Maybe it was in the Nova video? Oh wait, no, here's the video.
Firearms Chief.
Oh yeah, Auspex had a bunch of leaks, that's right. Alright, hold on, here's a little bit of the Anvil Siege Force they show in the video. Ranged weapon mouse. Ranged weapons equipped by Adeptus Astartes models from the army have the heavy ability. Weapon already has this ability. Does that do arrows or anything? Each time an attack is made with that weapon... Oh, nope, they don't show the whole thing. Alright. So Anvil Siege Force is your gun line, basically. Oh yeah, the Firestorm Assault Force has the transport buff that allows you to jump out and shoot back when one of your transports is shot at. And yeah, Auspex had a bunch of leaks. Right. For your Stern Guard a heavy list, it does seem like the Stern Guard flavored first company probably one of the better options if you want to be fishing for devastating wounds. But I'm gonna say right now, if you want range firepower, Firestorm Assault Force is your best bet. If you want melee, the Storm Lance is your best way to go. Yeah, that's the Firestorm one. Firestorm Assault Force. That's the +1 strength to your guns and within 12 inches. Yeah, they're like themed after each of the chapters, but anyone can take any of them. Like, I'm painting up a list right now for the Firestorm Assault Force. It's gonna be two. Ones you mentioned, I'll probably run first company. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, for me, I'm doing. If in theory, if they don't change the point values, if they keep the points where they are right now, a Gravis Captain, an Apothecary Biologist, and 5 Heavy Intercessors within a Land Raider Redeemer is 500 points flat. So my intention is to run 2 of those, with a Storm Raven, with Styx Eradicators, and a Ballistus Dreadnought, the new gun knot, and a Typhon, and that's 2,000 points flat right there. And the strategy is pretty simple. Bum rush the objectives, drop the guys in the objectives, shoot everything that comes close, and keep advancing or maybe not literally advancing, but pushing up the vehicles into the enemy's deployment zones, all guns blazing. Because I only get more dangerous the closer I get to the enemy, and vehicles can keep shooting even in melee. And kind of the idea is that with that combo, even the heavy bow rifles should be punching through everything between being strength 6, neg 1 damage, and having lethal hits. And if you get into melee with them, I mean, while they're not going to melee you back pretty hard, all their bolt pistols are now strength 5. And who knows what stratagems they all have. I might have ways of giving them more AP. I mean, that'll probably be my main objective as far as looking for good stratagems for them, is anything I could do to give them more AP. But I'll still have Armor Contempt, so I can reduce 1 AP on Gravis, which are already reducing armor penetration. I think it's armor penetration. And their special HE special ability. Oh no, it's not. Oh no, it's actually Armor Contempt. Until the end of phase, each time an attack targets your unit, worsen the armor penetration characteristic of that attack by 1. Then the Heavy Intercessor Squad on top of that. While this unit is within a range objective marker you control, each time an attack with a damage characteristic of 1 is allocated to a model in this unit, add 1 to the armor saving throw made against that attack. So, more often than not, they'll be saving on 2-ups. Toughness 6, 3 wounds, 2-up save. Well, they won't have an invuln. They are otherwise better than Terminators. In fact, actually, that would make whatever Mortarian's sweep attack is, because I just realized that's 1 damage. Whatever its AP is will be -1 AP, and my guys will be saving on 2s to start, and then AP. 2 up minus its worsened armor penetration. That's gross. What actually is his, I don't know what's going on with my music. Come on here. I can't tell if that's... Oh, I'm just gonna... My YouTube music tab is losing its mind.
Here we stand, open arms. This is home where we are.
Okay, there we go. Jeez. Now I want to see what Mortarian's sweep attack is. Oh, it's neg 1. Oh. Oh. Yeah, Mortarian's sweet. I feel bad for my local Death Guard player. Death Guard's been doing better, but now Mortarian's gonna go, like, running in to, like, fight my heavy intercessors on objectives, and it'll be wounding on 3s, but I'll be saving on 2s for 1 damage each. Yeah, that's going to next to nothing. That's not great for him.
Summer in the hills, those hazy days I do remember. We were running still, had the whole world at our feet, watching seasons change. Our roads were lined with adventure, mountains in the way couldn't keep us from the sea. Here we stand, open arms.
Still with me, Bob?
This is home where we are, ever strong in the world that we made. I still hear you in the breeze, see your shadows in the trees, holding on memories never change.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, I don't even know how long I'm gonna be streaming today. I started super late and I'm kind of off the ball and kind of tired. I just did not want to break my momentum. I'm really trying to stream 6 days a week, even if it's only a low bad night. Depends on how work goes and how early I wake up most of the time, basically.
When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if
Well, if you hop up, hope you have a great night. And I'll catch you next time. You too, man.
We all have our reasons why we are on this track. Oh, we all have our burdens, yeah, but we just keep on fighting and we never look back. Here we go, 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 let us heal and grow. You won't be alone, we're unstoppable. Don't be afraid to show what we're going for. This is what we know. Here we come back to life, we're still breathing. Standing up, everybody's gonna see it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. Even if we fall, we will rise up and we follow the path that we believe in. No, we're not gonna stop until we reach it. Oh, all you need to know is that we're holding on. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. We rise up from the dust and claim our throne. Getting stronger every day. Keep on pushing through the pain.
Tempting fate with that open Agrax bottle right next to my arm. I'm sure that would have ended well. do I want to begin the highlighting process? Now I haven't been going. I've only been going for an hour, but it was one of the days of all time. Let me tell you. Yeah, let's keep going. Sure. Yeah, I really need that, I need the right adapter ring for the stuff I need so I can make this camera actually make sense.
Close to the sun.
This is going well already.
I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun.
I don't think I shook that bottle nearly enough. I say it because this is even wetter than it usually is.
I'm alone here on my island, floating in the sky. I'm high above the world I used to know, and I'm far from any danger.
Also, I am realizing there is a considerable delay between what YouTube Music's interface is telling me and what I'm hearing.
Was a soldier in the legions, fought against the demons, fought against the monsters made of gold, but they
Wow. I paused. I paused, and it looked like OBS immediately reacted, but I didn't stop hearing the sound until like 4 seconds later. Hey Finna, I know paint without magnifying glass ring lights since I got one. It's like 9 day. I've tried. People keep buying me those, and I don't know, just screws me right up. Okay. I guess I had to unplug, re-plug in my headset. I don't know how that causes that much of a delay, but anyway. How you doing, Fit Tuner? I'm just gonna call you Fit. How are you doing? I know it'll be like night and day when the camera lens adapter I'm waiting for it comes in. Night and day for you guys, anyway. And that coordination needs recalibration when you use it? Yeah. Probably. If I had to logic out why I wouldn't want to be constantly moving back and forth between that, because I would be constantly moving back and forth between that. As you can probably tell from our friend here's inclusion, I don't just paint. I tend to kit bash quite a bit. I tend to kit bash quite a bit. And sometimes, this model isn't the best example of that, sometimes as you going back and forth between painting and doing stuff. It's a better example. I can't think of when it's happened, but like which models now I've had to do it, but I have had models. I know this will later be an example where I will have, say, painted all these bodies, and then I will be going back, and when I do their faces, there will be back and forth between painting green stuff, hot glue, texture paints, shading, all kinds of like really intricate back and forth steps between like painting and very much other stuff. This poor cultist's head has just one frame before been hit by a bolt. Yeah, when I said I'm painting Zero Chill Space Marines, like we are painting war crimes. Well, I suppose that part isn't a war crime. This guy's probably a war crime, as he's gonna be set to look like he just got slapped against rocks so hard he got split in half. Oh, thanks. I just hope it'll look like a head explosion by the time I'm done with it. By the time I'm done painting it, that'll be the tricky part. What do you paint, Fit? I tried thinking of a joke to go with that and I couldn't. I failed. Lily Salamanders? Nice. I would say in good timing with the upcoming rules, but fortunately for me, those are not chapter specific anymore. As ironically, I will be using the Firestorm Assault rules. That's what the list I'm currently painting it for. How are you going about the fire effects? Are you going painting it, or I guess like green stuffing them only makes sense on Legion of the Damned. So I guess I answered my own question. You're probably just painting fire. I haven't even tried yet. These are my first Space Marines. I've been Necrons play up to this point. Oh, you've been on painting easy mode, I see. Literally dry brush galore. I mean, I've been known to dry brush my fair share of minis. Actually, the bit of Necrons I have painted before were a mostly dry brush technique. I did a combat patrol of Necrons, or was it Start Collecting Box? I forget which. It was for a local charity event at my LGS. If you use Command Portfolio or Command Instagram, you can go take a look at those. I did a bone, like a standard bone and glowing blue effect. I did not do the blue very well by my current standards, but this was like 2 years ago. By command, I see you do you put exclamation mark before the word, all one word. First time I've ever had to learn edge highlight. Yeah. I actually, the last Gravis, I did the last heavy intercessor. I tried doing dry brush to see if I could get this done any faster, and it did not work in my favor. Gravis are too round. There aren't actually enough hard edges by themselves. Now, what you need to do as a new Salamanders player is learn how to green stuff scales and start adding scales to everything. I've seen a couple people do that. It looks really cool if done well. Apparently, I guess it's not actually that hard as far as green stuffing things go. It's kind of just learning how to lay it out and pressing it right, I guess. I know the feeling. I have mostly green stuffed rocks, but I've tried green stuffing a few other things with mixed results. I'm trying to remember how I even did that guy. I kind of forgot this guy existed, even though I did him so recently. Where is he? It's my apothecary. There he is. Is that him? No, it's not right. Oh, there it is. Yeah, some examples of my green stuff going well and then going as well. 24 hours, unless you're before sculpting it. I hear like 45 minutes to an hour. It's like the sweet spot for sculpting. For curing, it's like all the way. So this guy's base was like okay, but I think his belt I did a pretty bad job of. On looking back, I don't think the way I did this strap thing makes much sense either, but hey. You can find better pictures of this, again, on like my Instagram, for example. That's my third company, Primaris Apothecary. Yeah, it's Kit Bash for like a Phobos Apothecary, because, I mean, Raven Guard deserve a Phobos Apothecary if you ask me. Like how we were we were teased a Phobos chaplain once upon a time in the Faith and Fury books, if you remember those from 8th edition. There was, alongside our Raven Guard specific chaplain power, there's a little bit of flavor text that mentioned stealth chaplains. Chaplain that would whisper his whatever you call them, the scripts or whatever. Let's get them up here. And then, for an example of green stuff that I think went rather well, you have this Raven Guard 3rd Company Infiltrator Sergeant. I know he looks like a lieutenant, but this is actually a sergeant. Fun fact, we still have no confirmed reason for the white arms. They have never actually... Oh yeah, and the skull here I think came out rather well. We still don't know exactly why some guys get white arms. Actually, even I keep forgetting about that. Even that little bird skull in there, that's all green stuff. Yes! I like my angry sneaky beakies. So my 5th company is gonna be all Gravis, and they're not quite as extreme as their 3rd company brethren. Where my 3rd company, like, go all the way, like, tribal horror. It's like, listen, we might be stealthy, but when we decide to get rid of stealth, we are quite angry. Hence the dreadnought you saw earlier. Oh yeah, speaking of Necrons. How do you choose companies? I feel like everyone just defaults to 2nd company of whatever chapter. Okay, so there's a reason why you might feel that way. It's because that's what, most of the time, that's what Games Workshop prefers. Because it's the first proper battle company, which means those guys are the most elites of the battle companies. Like, they're not quite 1st company vets, but they're in like a standard frontline fashion, a chapter's best units. I choose mine as I only play Raven Guard based on the actual lore of the Raven Guard as given in our chapter supplement from 8.5. So, for example, 3rd company is everyone's Raven Guard go-to because of a few things. A, how Raven Guard set up their battle companies is the Raven Guard have as part of their general philosophy from Korax what's called the Trifold Path. Trifold Path are the 3 things that Korax taught his sons were the most important things to ensure victory. If you have 2 of these things, it's like the Sun Tzu thing, if you know your enemy, like that whole saying. It's like a similar thing, except the Trifold Path is vigilance, stealth, and ambush. Okay, so it's watching your opponent, learning your opponent. It's stealth, it's getting and sneaking up to your opponent, and then it's ambushing and taking action and annihilating your opponent. So when a battle brother is taken from one of the reserve companies and moved into a battle company, he is to then learn to master that aspect that each of the 3rd, 4th, and 5th companies hold as their primary function. So the 5th is vigilance. They are watchful and they prefer long range, but it goes to the point that they often wait too long, waiting for that perfect moment never arrives. They have to constantly push against that predilection. The 4th venerates stealth above all. So 5th are black trim, so these guys will not get a color trim, it's just highlighted. 4th is green, there's stealth, and a 3rd, red, is ambush. And it is said that of all the company's captains, the third is the one most often that chapter masters are taken from, because they're the ones most often to act. And most recently, that showed to be the case once more, as the old captain of the third company, Caven Shrike, is now the chapter master of the Raven Guard. In fact, I have Caven Shrike right here, actually. Both his old and his new model. Which I have kitbashed. So for a long time, I pretty much only ran third company, but I've been slowly building up all of the companies as described by the lore in the chapter supplement. This does actually include, if you look in there, actually a number counter, which I can use to track his health, or victory points, or command points, or whatever. Right? Like, it's a very, like, I'm about to jump at you, and I'm very angry about it. And I made this to look like even the Imperial land itself, the Imperial buildings themselves are angry that you are here. Oh, thanks. I'm quite happy about it, even if it is a little structurally not the best. You have to be very careful about this popping off. It doesn't like torque a lot. But if you're gentle about it, it does function. I made that a long time ago. I need to repaint them at some point. So then the second company with Raven Guard, or the yellow stripe. This one. Yeah. Left one's always black. Right one. I know it's flipped for you, but right one is your company. Left one is always black to symbolize Raven Guard. Unless you're in Phobos armor, because you only have trim on the left arm, so whatever. Anyway. The second company are for the ones that have mastered all three of the Trifold Path. And then you have veterans or veterans. Now, the reason I am doing 5th Company and all Gravis is because the 5th Company, the Vigilance Company, are known to be the ones that, above all other companies, embrace the full armory and vehicle. I don't know, vehicle depot. I don't know, the armory and the armory. The vehicle armory and the gun armory of the Raven Guard, and are most known to use long-range weapons and heavy armor, basically. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, I actually really love Gravis. Despite being a sneaky beaky, I love Gravis. So I'm gonna take my 5th Company and put all my Gravis in the 5th Company. And when I get to it, because the list which I'll just say my list in a second. This is my 5th Company captain. Magnetized arm, so when new rules come out and something other than Power Fist is better, I can swap to it. And as a free-handed banner of the Raven Guard Sniper third-party art. I don't know how well you can really see that. He even has this plate red with a Mechanicus icon, and the cog here to show how the 5th Company works the closest with the what's the name of their planet again? Kievar. Raven Guard are from the Moon Deliverance around the planet Kievar, which is a forge world with the ancient Kievar tech guilds and Mechanicus. And they actually have made Raven Guard several pieces of custom equipment through the years, which they still won't give us models or rules for. They give Dark Angels non-stop stuff, but God forbid they give Raven Guard anything special. Oh, thanks, man. I have that freehand in a time lapse on the channel, actually. If you want to see how I painted that in about, I don't remember how long it was, but anyway. Well, hey, at least you got a couple cool characters recently. Mister, I'm gonna have a hand flamer as powerful as a heavy bolter over there. And the hammer of God while I'm at it. But yeah, you've probably never heard of a whisper cutter. It's supposed to be a... Oh, now I don't remember what vehicle it's based on. I think it's supposed to be a custom... It's either a stealthed up land speeder or a stealthed up storm raven. I forget which. I know those are two very different vehicles, but I just remember it was an aerial, like it was a plane, basically. It was a air vehicle. Dude, Hastan is already a monster. I can only imagine how insane he would be as a Primaris. Like, even his rules right now are, like, really good. Yeah, speaking of which, so, yeah, with the new codex, it's looking like I'll be using Salamander's rules, like the Firestorm Assault Force, as the list I'm currently building right now. If they keep the current points, a Gravis Captain, an Apothecary Biologist, 5 Heavy Intercessors, and a Land Raider Redeemer is 500 points flat. I intend on fielding 2 of those. I am thinking a 5th company and a 7th company captain. Then a Storm Raven filled with 6 Eradicators and a Ballistus Dreadnought. And that's all supported by a Typhon, which is the Spartan Horus Heresy chassis, but made as effectively a Vindicator tank. It has an absolutely absurd rules for its main cannon. They really make the army. I feel like no list is complete without them at the moment. That's how it was in 9th edition for Raven Guard. Because Shrike had so many good rules for him and so many keywords. Like, he was a critical part of my army. Which I was running a 14-step Vanguard Veteran Bomb army. So, back then, Shrike gave a... Shrike could charge first and ignore Overwatch. Thus, when he gets into combat, which he pretty much will because he gives reroll charges to himself and nearby Phobos or Jump Pack. These are all 9th edition rules. He gave full rerolls to hit. He had roll 4 up and do a mortal wound on the charge. His pistol had basically had devastating wounds on it. In addition to also having sniper on it. Let's see. Because he had the Phobos keyword and the Rites of Battle ability, the aura, for his for the reroll, he actually gave infiltrators with the infiltrator comms array rerolls no matter where they were on the board. While he was buffing Vanguard veterans with Storm Shield and Lightning Claw, he also flew them with a jump pack chaplain that had the advance and charge litany, while having a self buff litany, while having the relic Crozius, so he could also do mortal wounds and hit super hard. He'd have a combi melta, so he could do a melta blast before you rush in, and you'd also give the Vanguard veterans Hammer of Wrath. And that's all after using 3 uses of the pre-game movement stratagem from Raven Guard, so you'd pretty much, like, you did have a guaranteed first turn charge with all 3 units. And then, yeah, you do Hammer of Wrath, so between all of it, you were rolling like 11 dice to do mortal wounds after shooting with a pistol that could do mortal wounds, and then you would hit with the Crozius could do mortal wounds, and then full rerolls to hit. You could also, based on, oh yeah, actually it wasn't Advanced Charge Litany, that's right, it was Advanced Charge Roller Trait. You would then choose before the battle, based on your opponent, if you were going to give your chaplain either the +1 the wound litany, or there was another one that made him better against hordes, but I usually took the +1 wound litany. So actually you were doing, so if on all his lightning claws for your Vanguard veterans, 10 Vanguard veterans, you'd have full rerolls to hit, full rerolls to wound, with +1 to wound, after doing a bunch of mortal wounds. Like, it was, like, I annihilate, like, it didn't matter what I ever hit with those things, everything died around them. I once killed a Primaris Chaplain on a bike for Space Wolves, completely with mortal wound output. Yeah, Reroll City is right. I was doing Oath of Moment before they thought of Oath of Moment. It's full rerolls to hit, full rerolls to wound. Yeah, actually, that Space Wolves guy, he put a Space Wolves relic on the Primaris Chaplain that meant that you couldn't take rerolls against him, and I said, okay, I'm just gonna kill him with mortal wounds then. I did like 14 mortal wounds on that guy, all said. I didn't hit him with any normal damage. And then with normal damage output, I killed 3 Outriders and an ATV with the normal shots that were next to him, and I wiped clean an entire flank of the board, basically. That going in 10th edition, the new idea is going to be I roll up with 2 Land Raiders with their strength 7 Flamestorm cannons. Pop out all the heavy intercessors onto objectives. Storm Raven runs up to the other midfield objective, drops Eradicators and a Dreadnought on it. Then all 3 vehicles push as hard as they can towards the enemy, what do you call it, the enemy deployment zone objective, while a Typhon sits in the back and dares anyone to get close, while doing basically like pseudo artillery support with its giant cannon that nukes vehicles basically immediately, with having 3 heavy bolters on it that if you get, the closer you get, the more dangerous they become, because eventually it becomes strength 6 heavy bolters. And Overwatch is my best friend because, yeah, Overwatching with 2d6 plus 6, strength 7, neg 1, or no, neg 2, 2 damage shots from that. While all my heavy intercessors, if you get in close range of them while they're on the objective, in total, they will be, each squad will be 8 shots at strength 6, neg 1, 1 damage, 3 shots sustain hits 1, strength 6, neg 1, 2 damage. All of them having lethal hits, and when you shoot back at them, if it's a damage 1 weapon, they have a 2-up save, and I can throw Armor Contempt on there to worsen your armor penetration on them if I want to. Which, actually, hold on, I got it on screen here somewhere. And that's a battle tactic, which means that because of the Gravis Captain, I can do it for free. I can do both squads, both sets of 7 Gravis Maws. I can have Armor Contempt on the whole squad, every single turn. Every single enemy turn. Or I can ditch one of those uses and use Overwatch instead. Yeah, right. But I still will have Armor Contempt on one of them. Oh wait, no, I won't. Well, yeah, no, I will. Yeah, because it said Armor Contempt is now found across all 7 Space Marine test rooms. Yeah. So yeah, they'll have until end of the phase, in the shooting phase or a fight phase. Till end of the phase, each time an attack targets your unit, worsen the armor penetration characters that attack by 1. Oh, it's by phase. Yeah. Wait. Captains once per round, I think. Let me double check. I don't think I can do it both. Once per battle round, one unit in your army with this ability can be targeted by a stratagem for 0 CP, even if not a unit from your army are been targeted by a stratagem in this phase. Okay. So, yeah. And then if you get into melee, you're dealing with the Captain Gravis armor with his pistol, so even shooting or melee, he'll be shooting you with 3 shots at strength 5, -1, 1 damage, hang on 2s, with lethal hits, and then punching you with a total of 6 attacks at strength 8, -2, 2 damage, and if anyone in there kills a unit in melee, or resolve a melee attack, so you got all the fists of the other guys. The Apothecary Biologist goes up to an OC of 9 and brings the entire unit to an OC of 20. For only being 7 guys. Oh, and the Absolver Bullet Pistol from Biologist is also going to be a strength 6, -1, damage 2 pistol. Which, by the way, yeah, pistols. All pistols. Like, you get into melee with Space Marines from the Firestorm thing, and all their pistols are always strength 5 minimum. I feel like people are not talking about that nearly as much as they should be. Basically, Marines can suck it. With my weakest weapons, I will be wounding Marines on 3s. And Terminators on 4s. Man, I just wing my games. I don't play Necrons around. I just build my army around knowing friends with rezzing. Oh, I paint more than anything, but I love figuring out combos and synergies and making lists. Back in high school, in Battlefield Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3, I went semi-pro and nearly became sponsored to go full pro. As part of a team. I definitely have a competitive streak. I'm constantly trying to optimize things. That's even led into adult life where I try to optimize stuff like monetization of this, for example. I'm multi-streaming right now. That's why you see the YouTube icon in front of your name in the chat on screen. I am also streaming on Kick, DLive, and Rumble right now. Never win. We're gonna have to fix that. I know pretty soon I'll be doing tabletop simulator games with the community again. I just had to solidify my normal work schedule with the new contract I'm starting. I'm a freelance web dev, and I have a really big client that's basically single-handedly paying my bills right now. So I had to make sure that was solidified first, and then I could get back into a solid streaming schedule. and begin to reincorporate things that weren't just me painting and rambling or reacting to politics videos. Did you play back in the beginning of 9th, by the way? Because, man, we had a local Necron player that was untouchable for the first, like, 6 months of 9th edition. It was oppressive. So yeah, I should start to fill up my map again. That's when I got in, but I only played one friend for like a weekend. Gotta find an LGS, man. Well, stick around here, and we'll be talking a lot about the Space Marine rules, especially once the Codex comes out. I am gonna be on top of that, like, nothing. Like, I love looking up combos and figuring out synergies and stuff. I can't get enough of it. Like, when I'm in the mood to paint off cam, which actually is less and less often now, to be honest, because I'm spending more time on cam than before. But I'm off cam, I have a whole nother build I've been slowly painting up of a Lieutenant Devastator squad in Razorback because of the crazy reroll synergies you get off that. The idea is four Grav Cannon Devastators in a Razorback with Twin Assault Cannon, and you move the Razorback up, it shoots something Assault Cannon, it just has to hit, which is why Twin Assault Cannon, it's just about hitting, so 6 shots. Then the Devastators and the Lieutenant get out. The Lieutenant gives them, I wanna say lethal hits, but also they get rerolls from the Razorback. I have to look at them again, to be honest. Look at the cards again, to be honest. Been a little while since I looked at it. Didn't get back and playing the last few months. Oh, to be fair, 10th edition is a lot easier to learn. I'm trying to remember that combo, hold on. Yeah, it was also based on the Lieutenant having the Storm... Was it Storm Effect? No. Bolter Doctrine for Gladius. Who knows what that combo's gonna look like later. Let's see. Here's Lieutenant. Yeah, lethal hits. And the mouse you get is eligible shooting to clear a charge in which it fell back, so that's nice for getting out of there. Razorback. Reroll the wound roll if they're shooting at the thing that the Razorback hit or the heal phase on the turn they got out. And where's Devastators? And you're doing that with anti-vehicle 2-up heavy, strength 6, neg 1, damage 3, which actually I don't know if making strength 7 helps them all that much. But yeah, I guess I make him better against Gravis, ironically. Where's the thing I need to find? But if I stick with Gravis for that build, where did I stick their other cards? I should know. Forward discipline. Sustain the hits 1 and Devastator Doctrine. Successful hit roll of 5 scores critical hit sustain hits on those. ideally you'd want to shim at the oats a moment. Because yeah, if I remember correctly, the Razorback, it's full rerolls to wound. So that actually pairs quite nicely. Yep, full rerolls to wound. So rerolls to hit, helps them hit because they're hitting on 4s. Then they have anti-vehicle 2 up. Honestly, I like where they're going with it. My only complaint is what they did with combi weapons and Vanguard weapon selection. I'm not a fan of new combi weapons or the heroes, but I like how they've done everything else. What's up, Zophiana? So, Zophiana drops. Hey, Zophiana, tell me next time, when are you next available? I want to set up a TTS game. I want to try out this new list based on current Space Marine rules. Actually, do I want to try on current rules, or do I want to wait? Maybe we should wait, actually. When are you available in, like, a month? Alright, I might be getting ahead of myself. I'm just excited for this list, but then I realized, like, I'm missing, like, half of the detachment rules I need. I don't know what the other stratagems are. But yeah, I have an old school command squad and 5 company veterans, all with combi gravs. And like, it feels like not only that they're dropping combi gravs from the models that they're giving combi weapons to, but now like combi weapons are just one thing, and it's not even that impressive of a thing. Though I do like the new combi weapon model pieces. At least like the combi plasma. I think the new combi plasma looks really good. It's just ironically they finally give combi weapons to Primaris, and they're not even combi weapons. Not really. I want to make a Dark Mechanicus armor for a tabletop sim tourney. Okay. Alright. Is this like a tournament elsewhere, or are you proposing we make a tournament? Other place? Okay. What do you mean by Dark Mechanicus? Yeah, you're going to bed. Great, Sean. Keep up good work. Oh, thanks, man. I better look later and see you subscribe. This is a quiz. I will check. I will hunt you down. Focus on demon engines mostly. Okay, that makes sense. Which basically Chaos Marines, just tons of demon engines. Chaos Soup, really? Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, at least it looks like a lot of things are pretty nicely rebalanced, so could probably even pull that off. They're really being stingy about more previews for the Space Marine rules, I gotta say. They just really don't want to tell us more about what's actually in the Codex. Just, they keep talking about the new miniatures. Which is like, I get it, that's where most of their money's gonna be coming from, but I want to know about the Codex. There it is. I got the notification on sub. Thanks, Fit. I'll catch you later, man. Quote Gregor Eisenhorn. And if he doesn't, I'll come after him with all the fury of Dorn. Yo, I know we haven't heard anything about it in a while, but honestly, I'm really hoping that whatever Henry Cavill is working on for Warhammer is Gregor Eisenhorn. Honestly, I think Xenos, Eisenhorn Xenos is the best setting to, like, the best narrative to introduce people to 40k correctly. Like, if I were to, if someone asked me, and I think a couple of people have actually, if someone were to ask me, what should I read first to get into Warhammer 40k, I'd say Xenos. I'd say the Eisenhorn trilogy. Just go through the Eisenhorn trilogy. Xenos, Malleus, Hereticus.
Strong under pressure, we'll make it together. Our universe will change. Freedom, looking down a telescope. Starlight, never been so beautiful. Whole world waiting for us, time to go. Escaping gravity. We'll be rising high above the rain. Sunset, never gonna be the same. Thunder calling us to outer space. Escaping gravity.
Do you know why, Zophiana? Did I lose everybody?
gonna touch the stars, find the center of the universe. New reality in front of us, escaping gravity. We'll be rising high above the rain, sunset never gonna be the same. Thunder calling us to outer space, escaping gravity. Escaping gravity. Escaping gravity. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Sky high punching, yeah, we're gonna have it all. Cloud nine jumping, happy, I got you, you got me. Engines running, we'll be taking all the dawn. Treasure hunting, glory, I got you, you got me. Dragons
This bit of paint is drying up. Chat seems to have fallen silent, and my energy is dropping fast. I think we're probably going to be ending soon unless something dramatic happens that perks me back up.
As we're breaking down the walls, lightning flashing, lucky I got you, you got me. Rainbow crossing as we're heading for the sun. Ain't no stopping, ready, I got you, you got me. Dragons at the gate, they won't stop us getting to the top. Flying into space like a rocket, never giving up. I was all alone when I started, always been the same. Now you're here, the journey's uncharted, everything will change. You know we rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Stars up high will guide us home. You and I, it's time to take the throne. Dragons at the gate, they won't stop us getting to the top. Flying into space like a rocket, never giving up. No, I never give up. I was alone when I started, always been the same. Now you're here, the journey's uncharted, everything will change. You know we rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world. Rule the world, you know we rule the world.
All the roads we travel, the journey of our lives. Take another picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it. I'm tired. I need more food. And, yeah. We'll see if, tomorrow I can start a bit earlier. I just slept in really late today, I guess, and put me back and everything. I don't intend to sleep in nearly as late tomorrow. Which means we should start much earlier tomorrow, too. Alright, hope everyone has a great night, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow night.
energy's here to last. Not a glass half full, overflowed. Gotta keep your eyes up on the prize. Only got one life, so it's worth a try. To find what makes you feel alive, that's the only way to live it right. And now we're all doing our own things, but I'll never forget our glory days. My mind is full of the memories, yeah.